own stories more interesting than you realize. Now the other thing is, things you might think might be boring are actually more interesting to others. So, key point. So let's say, I might think I knew Cecilia.
Yeah.
But the point is I could meet Cecilia, and I could talk about myself for hours. Probably not a good idea. Like if I'm going to tell her a story, I'm saying, what's your story? Now, I might not be interested in anything Cecilia has to do, like at all, but I bet you, if I listen to her carefully, I bet you I'm going to find something interesting. Now, she might not think that talking about gardening is very interesting. She might think that's boring, right? But actually, it might be interesting. But key point is like don't look away from things from other people that you might find boring. So, for example, like who's a sports fan? Anyone like sports? I hate sports. Right? Now, does that mean I'm not going to talk to you? No, but I might find something really interesting in what you appreciate about sports. So I'm not going to close my ears to you. I'm going to wait and listen to you. Oh, you know what? You might be really interesting. I might learn something from it. So again, in a college interview, or if you're going to go for a job interview one day, you don't want to just go in and talk only about yourself. You want to say, hey, what's interesting to you personally? The person you're interviewing, the person interviewing you. What's interesting to you? And turn that into a story. And give it back to them even as a story. And the last one, which is the hardest one to do, which is pretend each day is your first day. What does that mean? Anyone want to guess? Pretend each day is your first day? Anyone want to guess? Yes, please.
Every day to start over.
Yeah, that's part of it. Anyone else?
Every day is a new page.
Every day is a new page, yeah?
Like every day is a new day. No matter what.
Agreed. Anyone else? What? Yeah.
Excited. Be excited every day.
Be excited every day.
Begin the day, be excited about it.
Yes, everything to be excited about, yes?
Keep your mind open to learning.
Yes, keep your mind open. There's no wrong answer. Pretend do something new every day, even if you don't. Okay, so do something new. Yes. So you're all correct. Yes. So there's this amazing medical story from the 1920s by young people that were born with cataracts on their eyes, and they hadn't yet come up with the surgery to do it. And then eventually, 10 years later, they did. And these children were now like 9, 10, 11, 12. And they were able to take the cataracts off their eyes, and they were able to see for the first time. So these are folks that had sight, were blind, but then they could suddenly see. And when they could see, they talked about the world being shapes, and sharp, and hot, and cold, and rough, and curved, and smooth. And the scientists at the time just wrote all these things down, just taking incredible notes. And as the people, these children began to see, they then realized there was depth. So first the world was flat to them, and then there was depth, and then they began to realize who they were. They began to feel each other and say, wow, this is what we were. This whole time I thought I was something totally different. I found that story very profound when I heard that story. And I was saying, how do you do that where every day you wake up and it's the first time you've seen the world? How can you see the world so fresh each time that you'll see something new in it that you might have missed? Because a lot of us get stuck in our day-to-day. We're like, oh, it's the same drive, or oh, it's with these shoes, and I always wear this jacket, or whatever it is. And you kind of miss out on this thing. Now, to tell stories, again, those stories, more interesting than you realize, things that might be boring actually aren't. If you can approach the world each day as if it's your first day, it's magical. These things become so clear to you. You begin to see things. You go, wow, I didn't know this was actually built this way. Is this how this is built? Look at this. Look, oh, there's a drawer here? I mean, you begin to see the excitement of simple things, which is very important for storytelling, which is very important, again, when you have a professional or academic application of storytelling. The way you get really sharp about it is you have to clear your brain and say, okay, wait, let me go back to the basics. My story's more interesting than I realize, and things that might be boring might be interesting. And let me start my day this way. And I find all of you fascinating. I'm sure you all have amazing stories. It's right here. All probably have amazing stories. If we start with you, you can do a better job of this than I think, without a doubt. Just a question of how you would take the approach. I'm here to help. So that might be the next session. But anyway, next slide, please. So, I'm getting a little scientific now, okay? So that was fun. Okay, this is scientific. The big homework is, no, there's no homework. Okay, so this is a very simple chart, a matrix, that I always sort of like have imagining at all times. And this is the beginning of our exercise, and I'm not going to make you guys do an exercise, unless you guys want to. No? All right. So, if you can, anyone, when you're thinking about storytelling, have something like this on a note card. So like in math, you have like you have your note cards and you memorize. Kids still do that? You guys still have to write note? Yeah. This is mine. It's one note, which is much better than having all the multiplication tables. I just have one. And on one side, so imagine these are spectrums, right, to the scale. On one side you have a micro, an audience, a person like me. On the other side, it's macro, an audience like you. On the bottom, it's facts. I drove here to be 1.1 minutes. I had to use 4 gallons of gas. Okay. And then up here's emotional. Gosh, it was raining. Gosh, was it raining? And then my wipers were pushing the water, and it reminded me of a river. And then the river was like flowing, and I forgot there was a car in front of me. Wow. But actually, no. But I used like 4.3 gallons of gas, and it took me 22.7 seconds. But you know what? Then this other car. Sorry. You know, that I nearly hit. Then we waved at each other, and we were friends, and then we followed each other. Emotional versus factual. Okay? So I have to remember myself that typically what happens when people start stories, they start down here. They think about a person, usually themselves, and they get really factual. So, okay, let's make up a character here. Okay, well, I won't put this. So, we make up a character, Maria. We'll say Maria. So we'll say there's a Maria, I told you. Told you. 9. Okay, so Maria's 9. She goes to school. She's wearing gray shoes. Right, so I might start my story. So hey, tell me about Maria. Well, she's 9 years old. She goes to school. She went, not the best thing. What I want to say is like, Maria, what makes you happy? What's like your favorite thing? Gymnastics. Is there a favorite thing? Like what do you do in gymnastics? Bounce. Bars. When you're on the bars, how do you feel? Like what's the best part about being on the bars? Flipping. So Maria likes to flip. So much better than Maria's 9, having to go to school wearing gray shoes. Maria likes to flip. Are you good at flipping? Yeah? Awesome. See, now I'm interested about flipping, right? Now I want to keep talking about flipping. Like, I don't really want to know where you got your shoes. Like, that's cool. They're nice shoes. But it's not what's right. I want flipping, gymnastics. Now we got something. Okay. Next slide. We cool, everyone? Okay. So another thing, it's hard to see on the slide, in storytelling, when you guys take creative, because you all took creative writing because no one seemed to like creative writing. So did anyone take creative writing classes? You had to? No? You all should take creative writing class. It's brilliant stuff. It's really pretty fascinating. But one thing we talk about are spikes and waves. And mind you, this is the same stuff I share at Verizon. So I'm sharing with you guys the same stuff I share with the Chief Communications Officer, the Chief Executive Officer. They've seen the same presentation. You guys and them. Pretty cool. I think it's cool. You guys know that whatever. But this is pretty cool for me. All right. So a spike is wow. You say something that makes people go wow. Right? So what would make me go wow about you in your lives? Anything really exciting happening? Exciting? Met a goat on a camping. Wow, a goat on a camping trip. That's insane. That's a spike. I met a goat. You meet a goat? Who meets a goat on a camping trip? That's crazy. Then what happened?
My friend's brother dropped my other friend. So my friend's brother, he had a friend. So he dropped her toy on the other side of the fence, and we were scared that the goat would eat it.
The goat we needed. Okay, so wow, I saw a goat on a camping trip, and then me and my friends, we went and we saw the goat. The goat would drop the thing, and maybe it was going to be eaten, but maybe it didn't. Spike and wave. So when you're thinking about your storytelling, What's going to be the wow, and then what's going to be the continuation of the story. Still has to be interesting. I thought that was interesting. Not the thing the goat might eat it, right? So you've done it. Yay! Who needs creative writing classes? Right here. You just told it. Yeah, we should still take creative writing classes. I guess you still do. All right. So you have everyone remembers the grid of emotional and factual. We all want to be emotional. Okay. And then spikes and waves. Okay, that's it. See y'all later. No, okay. So let me put this into somewhat of a. Am I okay on time? Am I good?
Sorry,
Time-wise, am I okay?
a little over, but yeah.
I can do this 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, 5 minutes, and then questions and answers. I'm sure you all have been a very engaging audience. Okay. So, next slide, please. So, has anyone heard of this exercise? Sell me this pen. It was in a movie. Yes. Heard of it? Oh, then we can not do it. Anyone? Do you want to do it? No. Okay, sorry. So, sell me this pen is an exercise they teach. It's mostly for salespeople in store and retail environments, but it actually works anywhere. And so we do this a lot at Verizon. So again, I thought I'd bring you guys something we do at Verizon. So, jump ahead. You're so good. All right. So the thing is I have a pen. I don't have one on me, but I hand you the pen, and then I say, right, sell me the pen. Maybe you want to buy the pen. That's the whole exercise. Maybe you want to buy this pen. Sell me this pen. So what the exercise usually happens, first person goes, well, pen's on sale. Usually $2, now 75 cents. What do you think? I'm like, let's make me want to buy the pen. Yes? Other person says, well, guess, check this out. It's a supersonic pen, and it's in 15 pieces, and it's the best ballpoint you've ever got, and it flows like this, and here's the numbers, and here's the math, doesn't really make me want to. Maybe does for some of us, but not a big picture, right? Oh, it has like 15 pieces, and not the best answer. Again, sell me this pen. Next one. Okay, this is getting closer to something emotional. It's graduation time, right? Okay, and people tend to buy people pens for graduation. Tends to happen. Oh, do I happen to have a nephew named Mike? Maybe I want to buy a pen for him, maybe. But probably not everyone has a nephew named Mike, or everyone has someone that wants to graduate, or is graduating from high school or college at the time, so not the best answer. Whoa. Whoa. Let's go. Let's go. Wow. Okay, now we're talking. So now what happens is the salesperson says to me, I'm penless. Salesperson has the pen. Hey, Jason, yeah, I have $1 million. All you need to do is write your name. I don't have a pen. What is this pen worth to me? That's the exercise. Now what happened there is we added some drama. It's no longer about the pen, right? It's actually about this other thing that we all kind of find interesting, called gold. And this sort of dynamic of, hey, wait, I can't do something. Right now, so wait, think that was the story. That was a story approach. See, versus if I went back before, it was here's a pen that's this much money, or here's a pen, here's how it works, or here's a pen for graduation. The last step is how do you turn it into a story that is dramatic and emotional? Well, wow, like you did before. Let's go to camp. So next slide, please. So I put these on a chart so you guys can kind of see. There's your factual, individual audience, a little more emotional. Something again for a wider audience, but it's about it being a sale, and then the gold in the best corner. So you have this deck, so you can share it if you'd like. Anyone interested in it? And then next slide, please. Were there any questions? Okay, because if not now, next slide.
You can ask questions.
Wait, ask questions. Yeah, we can go back to the next slide. Question? We've got time. Yes? Did you have one? You just want like this? Anybody?
All right.
No? Okay, next slide. So if you do have questions and you were too shy, that's my email address, jason.moriber, and I'm on Instagram and Twitter if you guys are on that. Find me there. Thank you so much for the invitation to come speak to you guys. Best of luck, best wishes. I don't think you guys need it. You guys seem like pretty awesome. Thank you.